All right, let's move to something else. I mentioned this story about Clarence Thomas, and I have to tell you, it's a little bit upsetting. Aaron Rupar, who's a reporter, left-wing reporter, has dug up a pretty incredible story, and I think this is damning, I have to say. You may have already heard about some of the revelations about Ginny Thomas, who's Clarence Thomas's wife, and it just so happens that we know Clarence Thomas was in the hospital earlier in the week, and when he's in the hospital, we weren't sure about his condition, and thank God it seems like he's okay. But at the time, there were conflicting reports, could be a serious medical thing. And right when he's in the hospital, that's when the media starts releasing all this information about his wife. Right? You might almost think like they're trying to kill him because they've waited until he's in the hospital to come out with this attack on his wife. But the damning revelations about Ginny Thomas is that she's a conservative and she believes things that lots of people on the right believe. And she's had the gall to talk about those beliefs, if you can believe it. And it's all pretty terrible. But that's not the big news. This is the clip that was making the rounds, and a lot of left-wing reporters were retweeting it and stuff. But listen to this clip that Rupar found.
The best part of being a justice?
It's, first of all, it'd be impossible without you. I have to be honest. I mean, it would be, it's sort of like, how do you run with one leg? You can't. I mean, it makes it whole when I have my wife.
My God. He loves his wife. This is incriminating. I mean, kick him off the Supreme Court. Arrest them both. They have been married for decades, and they still deeply love each other. That cannot be allowed in America. We can't allow that kind of perversion. What does it tell you about the left that they really think that that's damning somehow? That he loves his wife. And why is it? It's actually quite sad because so many of these people, Aaron Rupar and the rest of them, they don't know what a loving marriage looks like. They didn't see it in their own homes. They didn't grow up with one. You know, they grew up in broken homes. These are all a bunch of like latchkey kids who grew up in broken homes, and they just never seen it. And now maybe they're in relationships or in marriages, and they're in a bad marriage themselves, and it's just this self-perpetuating cycle. And so when they encounter a loving marriage and they hear the kinds of things that a man who loves his wife will say about his wife, they're in shock. They can't believe it. It doesn't compute. I mean, just think about how they reacted all those years to Mike Pence, and still do, to Mike Pence and his wife. Another damning revelation that Mike Pence doesn't go on like dinner dates with other women because he's married. And they still, that secret came out 5-6 years ago. They still haven't gotten over it. They cannot believe it. It's like, what are you saying that when you're married to a woman and you love her, then you want to be with her and not some other woman, and you don't date other people? What? Fidelity, loyalty? It doesn't compute. To any normal, sane person, you listen to that clip and what do you think? Oh, wow. Well, I admire that. Myself, married 10 years, I look to that. That is my goal, to be in that position at that age. You like Clarence, all of the things. This is like, especially with Clarence Thomas. Anytime a video clip comes out of Clarence Thomas, and it's supposed to be something that makes me dislike him, every single time it only makes me like him more. I think, oh, wow, he's a great guy, it seems like. There's not a lot of those in DC, so it is a little bit hard to believe, but apparently. Listen, hit that subscribe button right now. Do it right now. I thank you for your compliance. It is somewhat appreciated.